Alright, so I want to talk about fact and fiction, right? Because anything they put on TV is most likely going to be fiction. And then you can look on YouTube, look up things, and find out what's fact. Alright, so this right here was about the Trojan War. They was trying to find out if it was fact or fiction. And scholars found out, the Trojan War was fact, but it was 3,000 years ago. And the scholars, though, they not that spiritual because they too in the book. And with them not being spiritual, they try to take out the guys that was in that war. So they just tell the war. In this video, they just told the story about how the war went on. And there's other videos that tell how the guys were speaking to people, because that was the first civil war between some gods. Like, that's when they betrayed Zeus, because Zeus fell asleep during this war by Hypnos. And that's why I be telling people about Hypnos and Morpheus. Hypnos put Zeus to sleep after he told them to kill the war. He told them to stop fighting. They wouldn't listen. You know what I'm saying? They kept going. Apollo during this war created some poisonous arrows, and that's why I be saying Fletcher is my last name, and that stands for arrow maker. So like, everybody is defined by something and wants labels, but then our name was already something gifted to us, which has a definition to it too. And then we gotta learn, like, we can create other names. So let me speak on like something else I'm gonna talk about too. I got Trump videos. I don't really support Trump, right? I be looking at it like this. If the way that the world moves with America, they gonna put blame on somebody all the time. So whoever win presidency, they gonna get blamed for this country. Trump somebody that works around things. Like, he ain't gonna take blame for nothing. So he gonna try to figure things out. But Kamala, she's just gonna take that fall. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see that black woman or that Indian woman, whatever she is, take that fate like that. And the fates is somebody that tell people about the you know what I'm saying, the forecomings of things. Those are three people that measure like the string of time for people, because we like in a sand castle, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Your body is the moving water. That's why Jesus keeps speaking about fish, because you got to see, like, out here we walking, like, we floating, we wondering, we finding out what's going on. All right, so these are the same people to me, because 6ix9ine, all these people, Puff Daddy, Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying, Melly is a little different from them in his case, and then Young Thug, same people. You know what I'm saying? All of them wrote hits, and I'm not talking about hit songs. I'm talking about they wrote the persecution of somebody. So they wanted to take somebody out. You know what I'm saying? And it was from jealousy, and jealousy grows to envy when you betray your brothers. So that's what they did. They betrayed their brothers, and this was what the Trojan War was about too. So this was a priest that got warned that that horse that they was bringing in was, you know what I'm saying, had the Greeks in it. So they got warned that the Greeks was in the horse by him. But what ended up happening, and his name is Lacon. And it's crazy, they be like, don't caught lacking out here. Lacking, that's his name. So Lacking, right? Lacking was telling them in the war. And Dirk made a song, What Happened to Virgil? And we thought, you know what I'm saying, that might have been Virgil that created Off-White, but Virgil the one that wrote the Odyssey and the Iliad. And then you have Homer that wrote the Trojan War. So Homer Simpson, how people be thinking Simpsons be getting all these predictions. Come on, they studying ancient history, because that's how these minds work. They still work the same. We keep living thousands of years. And again, this war was 3,000 years ago. This Bible came out, and this is why Zeus is one of the people in charge, because Zeus would have been the spirit inside of Jesus, but he would have came in human flesh. So this means that Zeus was created before this book was made, and then he was actually one of the people that's in the book, because he died for people to know that you're supposed to be here to sacrifice yourself. Because in this war, the person that wouldn't fight was Achilles. Achilles wouldn't fight because they kept like breaking Achilles' heart. Like Hector would not give up a woman during the war, so he ended up taking Achilles' girl, and Hector was like the king, but Achilles was his greatest fighter. So he took his greatest fighter woman, and then he told this man to fight for him. The man was like, no, I'm not fighting for you, bro. Why would I fight for you and you done took my woman? So then Achilles' best friend ended up putting on his armor, went out there, tried to fight for Achilles' honor, ended up getting, you know what I'm saying, killed by Odysseus, I believe. or it was someone that killed him. I gotta rewatch it, but someone killed him and knew, oh man, now I gotta fight Achilles because Achilles gonna come raging. Because Achilles was a demigod, and Achilles was somebody that you couldn't stop when it came to that fight because he was so fast, except for if you hit him in the heel, because every man has a weakness. And his weakness was actually just his heart, for real. But all right, so let's talk about 6ix9ine first. Wrote out a hit for somebody, and then everybody looked at him like he was a snitch because he just told on all the people that tried to, take him out later. But he's still gonna suffer from his little oppression because what he did is always gonna be remembered. So he can't go nowhere safe. So shoot, it's just as dangerous for him in the streets as it is for him to be locked up. So really, he'd probably be locked up in the crib or whatever. But yeah. He did the same thing Young Thug did. Young Thug sat there and wrote songs. Like, he done wrote hits for his people to go out there and do this and do that, and then he wrote songs about it. So that told the informants, that told the police about it and stuff, and once they found out, he keep getting his money wasted in court because the lawyer ain't doing nothing but being an actor to make it look like he on his side, but he's not. The lawyer is on everybody else's side because the lawyer worked for them people. So what the lawyer is actually doing is putting on the show. He putting on the show because Young Thug told on himself in interrogation. When he told on himself in interrogation, it's stuff that they can't fight because he told on himself. He had the right to remain silent, but he was on the pill. With him being on that pill, he told everything because that's what it does. It's the same thing as alcohol. It makes people honest, and he just sitting there foaming at the mouth on that joint, telling everything. Like, he like, yeah, YSL the gang and all that. Like, he told on himself, and with him telling on himself, that's the only reason why they let Gunna out, because Gunna like, well, my lawyer's saying I gotta admit to this because if I don't, that's false allegation. And false allegation, he would have got locked up for Young Thug. So it's like Young Thug messed up the whole kingdom for him. Like, that's the man that built a kingdom with a stack of cards. When you build a kingdom with a stack of cards, it's just gonna collapse. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter who it is. It's not gonna be sturdy. It's not gonna be steady. Should have used some Lego blocks. Now you gotta Lego the situation. All right, now this one, I already knew this happened because this is a man that he couldn't control. With him not being able to control him, once he got his fame, he was going to outshine him. And with him outshining him, Dirt wasn't going to be able to hold him, tell him nothing. And once he got his own money, Dirt was like, oh, you got to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Same thing that happened to YNW Melly, because he had dudes that was like pretty much extorting him. Those wasn't his homeboys. Those people that was taking money from him. And then he got to the point where he just put it in his own hands. Then P. Diddy, same thing. But P. Diddy got saved by some ancestors because every time he tried to do something, it didn't go as planned, but it still went down. So he was doing spiritual contracts. He was like setting people up to fall. He had Biggie and Tupac create this whole war, and when it created a war, it separated our people because we were separated by sides. And when it separated us, he had to detonate something on the spiritual end, which let both of them pass away. And when both of them pass away, it's called for the greater good, because that wakes up everybody to realize, oh man, we lost a talent that we cannot get back. Because once somebody is created, you cannot duplicate it. It's not possible. Our voices don't sound the same. Our looks is not the same. Our achievements is not the same. Our beliefs is not the same. Like, everyone was created different on this earth in order to meet everyone and be meek. Like, we supposed to inherit the land with each other. And that's why we live check to check, because we not supposed to worship the royalties that they try to get to us. And the taxes that we get go overseas because they keep having us donate, because they know that we the Israelites. Like, the Israelites are people of peace. And that's people that don't want to see their brothers in chains. All right, so now, Juice WRLD, that was another sad story, but that was somebody for the greater good. And look how they got the snake right here looking dead at him, because it symbolizes this. Because when he told them what was going to happen in the Trojan War, they didn't listen to him. So when that horse got in there, the whole war went, and they was cheering and everything for the horse while he trying to stab the horse and tell people, hey, I'm trying to hear if somebody's inside the horse. Like, he was using his logic. And Poseidon ended up sending some snakes. And when Poseidon sent them snakes, they poisoned them. And this is a 6'8" statue. Now, that's why I'm saying that's fact. So look at this right here. Bless those who persecute you. Don't curse them. Pray that God will bless them. Be happy with those who are happy and weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with each other. Don't be too proud to enjoy the company of ordinary people, and don't think you know it all. Never pay back evil with more evil. Do things in such a way that everyone can see you are honorable. Do all that you can live in peace with everyone. Because this is not the reality. This is like a false life, but this is something that we still have achievements in. And then we got goals afterwards.